Back in, guys. Looks like we're getting a Blue Eyes set. Gotta sell that nostalgia. Oh boy, our next set has been announced. Make sure you guys smash the ever-living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more beautiful news. Alright, so Burst of Destiny just got announced. It will be the next booster pack for release in 2021. We will have cards, or we have new cards for popular older themes, as well as new themes. Oh boy. Now, if you guys recently have been paying attention, the whole last few sets have been nostalgia pandering. After the death of the Yu-Gi-Oh! TV show, well, I mean, we went to, the new era. We've been going down the, nostalgia. And at this point in time, we've pretty much done one for every single anime at this point in time. So seeing the name Burst of Destiny, the first thing that comes to my mind is, uh-oh. Well, okay, so our past sets so far, we've had Lightning Overdrive was Utopia. We also had, Black Rose support in there for Akiza, which is fine. The cover card for Blazing Vortex was Armed Dragon, which was GX. Phantom Rage was Dark Requiem support, so you were literally covering, Zexal at that point in time? Or no, it wasn't Zexal, it was Pendulums. Pendulum! So it was Arc V. And then Rise of the Duelist was Yugi. And then Dawn brings us to the new era of Stardust. But my question here is, Burst of Destiny. So if we've literally been pandering to all of this, are we just going to loop back around here? Because I get a couple really weird vibes here when I hear Burst of Destiny. So you would probably start thinking, I would think more towards Kaiba. Anytime that we use the words burst, you're always like, Blue Eyes White Dragon. Ooh, give us a nice little burst of that nostalgia factor there. I could actually see that. But when you look at all of this, it almost kind of makes you wonder, is this going to be the big Yu-Gi-Oh, retake back to Vrains as well? Because keep in mind, we had to save the virtual world. Problem is, though, we just imported adding Nister support into Lightning Overdrive. Like, we went through, we literally upgraded the ever-living crap out of this. And that's like the whole thing that intrigues me so much about this is, like, we've pretty much been going back and redoing every single main character or a sub-character, giving them a power-up here, but then we don't follow the same brand for the anime. For example, Lightning Overdrive, we pulled for Akiza and Utopia support, and it's like, what was the point in pulling 5Ds and Utopia into the same set? It's, yes, every set is that continued nostalgia factor as we are infinitely pulling from all of these universes. It's just the second subset within that set doesn't typically follow through. Now, a good example of this here, Dawn of Majesty is the next set that we'll be seeing roll out, which will be our August set. Burst of Destiny should be our final set of the year, actually, for America. Release is July 17th for Japan, and that usually puts us at, October, November for America? So you won't be seeing Burst of Destiny stuff until the end of the literal year here, which means that, I'm very curious. Now back to Dawn here. So Dawn of Majesty does have the whole Stardust theme going for it. Dawn of Majesty, by the way. Who would have guessed that, by the way? I'm telling you, man, when you see Burst of Destiny in the frickin' title, you automatically flip the switch on and go, that's Yugi nostalgia pandering 101 right there. All right, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we're not using Burst in a sense here to go back to Kaiba. Because, Kaiba never really had, like, the superpower, stronghold, destiny, Shallant thing going for him. Maybe this is a pun back to Arc V. I actually would like to see, actually seeing this be Yuma support would be really nice. This being a reference to Pendulum support would be fantastic. I can tell you the amount of people right now, Mr. Pendulum himself would be very excited for this. And considering the whole Pendulum Sway of Destiny gimmick that they had going on, I could see that burst being a reference to the pendulum itself. All right, like you burst through your destiny. Also, like the whole continuum of different universes and things like that. It would make sense to use the term burst of destiny because of how many universes that we've got tying together. Now, like I said, on the flip side of that, you got the whole Kaiba Nostalgia Panda over here, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I could see this being a reference to Dark Magician support. Now, if we're really going to open up the door here, and we're going to swing right back on around here, and we're going to go back to DM era again. How many times have we looped around at this point in time? A lot, actually, because we have the King's Court stuff coming out here soon. So, like, we're already going back to DM era because we're already getting King's Knight, Queen's Knight, Jack's Knight rebuilds. All right, like, we know that this is coming. So, literally, to get King's Court, and then what? 3 months later, get another main deck set pushing for DM era. I don't know. I understand why people are getting a little bit worn out on seeing this. Oh boy, it's Egyptian God support 9,000. It's a little bit taxing because I kind of understand why people want something fresh, but downside is we don't have a TV show to pull from anymore. All right, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Finally did what people wanted it to do. People wanted it to diverge from the show. People were like, well, you know, the TV show is holding back the game. And while I can understand that logic, having to forcibly design cards through the eyes, you know, the nostalgia goggles here of an anime, I get it. I get why people would be like, well, you know, new game mechanics, things like that. Well, we finally diverged from the anime, which means that Konami can officially make whatever they want now. All right, that's why you're seeing this recall back to DM era, because we're in the nostalgia era right now. All right, like let's be honest, geek culture at this point in time really is pushing for that whole geek culture thing. It's like, oh boy, like come relive Armed Dragons, come relive Utopia. And as I'm seeing here, and all of the boss monsters that we've seen so far, the next one that fits the bill is Mr. Odd-Eye's Pendulum Dragon himself. Alright? Come on, guys. You know you want Pendulum support. So, it's going to come down to two things. This is either going to be the umpteenth return back to DM era, or we're going to get something out of left field. I do want to ask you guys this comment, though. Leave a comment down below and tell me what you guys do think, though. Once we've rinsed, washed, and repeated throughout all of DM era here, like once we've filtered out like the nostalgia block, what are we going to do next? I have a feeling after Sevens is over, we might dump the Rush Duel concept and we might return back to an anime. I kind of am a little bit weirded out that we didn't get a new game mechanic this year. I'm always super excited to see what kind of warping mechanics we'll have here, but during the nostalgia era that we're in right now, you know, we're getting used to the rules. We fixed the game with the master rule revision. Everything's looking up at this point in time. It's just, where do we go after the nostalgia era? Like, how long can we live here? How long can we print Majesty Dragon 4962? You know what I mean? Because on paper, while it's good, it's a little bit boring. Maybe original Yu-Gi-Oh! Reboot time? Maybe not reboot the card game, but reboot the anime. I have heard talks about that. I've heard people mention that they wouldn't mind seeing a reboot to the anime, but the nostalgia block only ends so much here. So Burst of Destiny coming out later on in the year here in the TCG. I find these types of discussions to be a lot of fun because we do get to do a lot of speculation, and once we get to do like speculation, we get excited for this, and we're like, well, could it be Odd-Eye's support? Like, it's either Odd-Eye's or I think we're going back to DM era again. But please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Make sure you guys smash the ever-living crap subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more excellent content. And I'll see your beautiful faces back here later on. Peace out, guys. Have a good one. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCool40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCool40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcoolgames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.